fix. There we go. I think I got it done now. Here. What we do need to do too is this clean. Do need to get my chat. What's up, Jodo? What's good, bro? Oh. There we go. There we go. Who are they following? Long toys. So that's the Rebel Tech Spider-Man. Okay. I might get the Symbiote Spider next. I might. I can't wait till these two come out though. That'd be so nice. Or if this, June 1st, another Scarlet Brother. They haven't. They said June 1st on May 31st. It's about to be August 1st. It's about to be 2 months after they posted that, and yeah, I'm waiting for more challenges as well. I did the challenges with CJ earlier. I bought some, I did buy some action figures, waiting for them to come in, and in the meantime, just looking at other shit. I got this one on the way right now. I think it said it'll come August 2nd is whenever that's coming in. I bought the ones in my thumbnail are the ones I'm basically getting. So I spelled that all kinds of wrong. This is one that I really can't wait to come in. So all these I'm basically wanting to put in the shelf behind me. And this thing is so sick. So obviously if you know Spider-Man and all them, Carnage plays a big part with Venom. That's the other one I got coming, is Venom. This dude is huge as shit compared to that Spider-Man I got coming in. I'll play some YouTube videos on people reviewing them, so that way you can also get a good look at what I'm getting. That doesn't look like the 2.0, it looks like Spider-Man 1.0. Oh, there was one that popped up. It was kind of late. It's whenever I invited you, though. I invited you. You waited too long. I saw that you were on 2K, so I invited CJ and did the challenges with him. I can't wait until this comes in. This Venom, not that one, but the Yamaguchi Venom is so sick. I wish they still had this Spider-Man, though. The 1.0 Spider-Man. They got the 2.0, but the thing about the 2.0 is I don't like this green logo it has. I like the 1.0 because it doesn't have the green logo. See, the 1.0 is regular Spider-Man without the green logo. But I can't find the 1.0 anywhere. I can only find the 2.0 everywhere. Like that's clean. But that was number 2. Which, I don't mind the 2.0. I don't mind the 2.0, like the head sculpt on the 2.0. Everything looks sick on the 2.0. It's just that green logo that I don't like. Like the blue looks good, the shininess looks good, the articulation is gonna be sick. It's just the green logo that takes it off for me. The eyes look good. Everything looks good on the Revoltech Spider-Man 2.0, but I just like the first one more. Yeah, I'll play with you today. Just don't hop on 2K. I'm not gonna wait 30 minutes, 40 minutes for you to get off of 2K. But yeah, let me. Let's see. See, here goes no, it's number 2. I thought that was number 1. Let's look at, what do we want to look at first? Venom or Carnage? Let's look at Venom first. I love this so much. I can't wait for this figure to come in. It's really sick. I really like it.
If someone hated ads, here's what they would do. Day
Also,
one, they'd install the free ad block extension from Capital One Shopping. No cost.
Shartimus Prime and Sardoric are like my favorite people to go to when it comes to reviewing action figures. This dude right here makes really good content. I'm actually subscribed to this dude. But this dude makes pretty good videos as well.
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
So this is our 3rd installment to the amazing Yamaguchi line, and so far I have been impressed, and I am already impressed looking at this figure while it's still in the packaging. I'm very excited for this one. Anyway, nice packaging art over here. I like it. You can see some comic book images right over there. It says Marvel. You get the product shot, and on the side we get some very nice stylized product shots right over there, and some text. You're interrupting my lunch, and just so long as you yeah, it kind of cuts off right there. On the very back, you can see a lot more text and phrases. It says, "We are Venom, we're free." Then rah, blah, blah, shrug, rah, blah, blah, there, an innocent hello, bleep. I'm Venom. So he cusses to, okay, that just doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, might have heard something about that, yeah. And then on the very side, you get a nice product shot. Again, it says Venom. And then on the top, it says Venom. Nice artwork. And then on the very bottom, it says Venom. And we are Venom. Awesome. All right, let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here is the Revoltech Venom figure out of the packaging. And this thing is awesome. It might be my favorite Venom figure in my collection. I can't say that right now for sure, but man, geez, this thing is incredible. I love the sculpted details that we get throughout on this guy, and I love how massive he is. He has a lot of articulation, of course, as we get with these Revoltech figures, and he does come with a fair amount of accessories. Not a whole ton, but still good enough, which I don't have, you know, all the little extra tendril thingies attached to his back. As you can see, a bunch of ports right over there. Now, I did break break the base on this thing. That is totally my fault. But yeah, let's take a closer look at the flight stand that this thing comes with, and then we'll take a closer look at Venom. So here's looking at the flight stand, and this is the one I actually broke. The one Venom was using just a second ago was the Spider-Man stand. So you can see I snapped it off right there. I had made the mistake of not placing this on it first, and then you're supposed to pose the figure on there. So this snapped inside the figure, got stuck in the port, and I had to perform some plastic surgery and remove it from over here. I had to heat up a pin and then dig it in there and then cool it off, and then it was very difficult to do. And then you also get this clamp right over here, and you can just go ahead and port it onto this piece right there, and then you can just have Venom using this, which is actually kind of hard for me to use because the figure is so large, but the waist is small enough where, you know, it is doable where you can get this wrapped around his waist like that, but I just found it a little tricky to do. Then for accessories, we get these tendrils right over here, along with interchangeable eyes, which I'll show in a minute, plus the tongue, which is really cool. It doesn't show up on the figure, so I don't know, I was kind of counting that as an accessory. And then we get this extra Revoltech joint right there in case you snap one or anything. But looking at these over here, these are sick. I really like them a lot. Look at that silver paint over the purple. That looks so good. I'm really digging it. That is awesome. Really nice sculpted detail right over here too. I'm really digging these. This is sick. So you get two of these, and then you also get two smaller ones right here, so you can see how much smaller this one is. But what's really great about these is that you can interchange them, and you also get an added port on these longer ones right over there. So if you want to go ahead and add this, and then you can get an extra, oop, kind of tricky, got to port that in correctly, there it goes. So you can have, you know, an extra large one right there, or you can take, oop, that got stuck in there. You could take the other large one and you could have two of them combined, so you get that going. Or you could take this off, or you could just, I mean, there's a lot of possibilities here. I mean, you could take them apart, you know, halfway through and make them shorter. Do whatever you want. They all have a Revoltech joint that allows hinging and then rotation. And while Revoltech was good at making it tricky to see, you can see the ports right here. You get two on this side, and then we get two over here. And then, of course, you get the display stand port, which you can still use one of these effects in there, you know, if you wanted to do that. Oop, this came off. Yep. Revoltech joints will pop off on you if you let them. So here's looking at the face sculpt of Venom, and it looks absolutely fantastic. This is awesome. I love how he has a super long jaw right there. The incredible underbite of Venom looking fantastic. I really like how all the teeth came out. The gums look really good. Opening the jaw up right here. Whoop, I just popped the face off, but you can see some nice detailed paint in the inside. I'm really liking that a lot. And you can go ahead and just add the tongue, and it just ports right in. It has a Revoltech joint, so you can articulate that, turn it around, and you can see all the little dots right over here, all the texturing on the tongue. No green goop or anything like that, but I still really like it a lot. The gums look really good over here, and I really like how the eyes came out. So this is the even set of eyes that we get for Venom, looking really nice. I like these. And then you can just take this off, which comes off a little bit easier than I'd like it to, but you can see how it ports on there. And then you just plop on this second set of eyes right here, and the right eye is kind of winking and the other one is a little bit raised. So that looks pretty good too. I like them both. So yeah, man, really nice head sculpt. And looking at the rest of the figure, geez, this thing is spectacular. I really love all the details that we're getting here, and especially this shiny metallic purple paint that we're seeing on this guy. It just looks fantastic. I'm very, very pleased with it. It's really fun to take photos of. I'm really digging it a lot. And I really think the white on this is looking really good too. Very nice, clean white paint for this logo right here. I like it, man. I'm looking at it a little bit more closely. I mean, you can see this is very clean. There was at one point I thought I had a little bit of scrapage, but nope, there's nothing. It's just some veins sculpted throughout on this guy. I mean, the muscle definition is very intense, very detailed. I'm liking it a lot, man. That looks really good. I mean, he even has all these little tendril thingies that are part of it, you know, just kind of coming up right over there. Some massive veins, huge muscles on this guy. Huge, man, I tell you. I mean, it should. It's Venom. Then he has this very tapered down waist right here. Some nice abs and everything. And you could even see right here on the back, he does have a veiny butt. I thought that was kind of...
This is like the main one I'm looking for. Other than Kane,
using this,
Kane Scarlet Spider is like the main one I can't wait for. And then this is like my
It's actually kind of hard for me to use because the figure's so large, but the waist is small enough where, you know, it is doable where you can get this wrapped around his waist like that, but I just found it a little tricky to do. Then for accessories, we get these tendrils right over here, along with interchangeable eyes, which I'll show in a minute, plus the tongue, which is really cool. It doesn't show up on the figure, so I don't know, I was kind of counting that as an accessory. And then we get this extra Revoltech joint right there in case you snap one or anything. But looking at these over here, these are sick. I really like them a lot. Look at that silver paint over the purple. That looks so good.
This Venom
I'm
is
really
so sick,
digging it.
It's like
That
one of
is
my favorite
awesome.
Venom action figures.
Really nice
by
sculpted
far.
detail right over here too. I'm really digging these. This is sick. So you get 2 of these, and then you also get 2 smaller ones right here, so you can see how much smaller this one is. But what's really great about these is that you can interchange them, and you also get an added port on these longer ones right over there. So if you want to go ahead and add this, and then you can get an extra, oop, kind of tricky, you gotta put that in correctly, there it goes. So you can have, you know, an extra large one right there, or you can take, oop, that got stuck in there. You can take the other large one, and you can have 2 of them combined, so you get that going. Or you could take this off, or you could just, I mean, there's a lot of possibilities here. I mean, you could take them apart, you know, halfway through and make them shorter. Do whatever you want. They all have a Revoltech joint that allows hinging and then rotation. And while Revoltech was good at making it tricky to see, you could see the ports right here. You get 2 on this side, and then we get 2 over here. And then, of course, you get the display stand port, which you can still use one of these effects in there, you know, if you wanted to do that. Oop, this came off. Yep. Revoltech joints will pop off on you if you let them. So here's looking at the face sculpt of Venom, and it looks absolutely fantastic. This is awesome. I love how he has a super long jaw right there. The incredible underbite of Venom looking fantastic. I really like how all the teeth came out. The gums look really good. Opening the jaw up right here. Whoop, I just popped the face off, but you can see some nice detailed paint in the inside. I'm really liking that a lot. And you can go ahead and just add the tongue, and it just ports right in. It has a Revoltech joint, so you can articulate that, turn it around, and you can see all the little dots right over here, all the texturing on the tongue. No green goop or anything like that, but I still really like it a lot. The gums look really good over here, and I really like how the eyes came out. So this is the even set of eyes that we get for Venom, looking really nice. I like these. And then you can just take this off, which comes off a little bit easier than I'd like it to, but you can see how it ports on there. And then you just plop on this second set of eyes right here, and the right eye is kind of winking and the other one is a little bit raised, so that looks pretty good too. I like them both. So yeah, man, really nice head sculpt. And looking at the rest of the figure, geez, this thing is spectacular. I really love all the details that we're getting here, and especially this shiny metallic purple paint that we're seeing on this guy. It just looks fantastic. I'm very, very pleased with it. It's really fun to take photos of. I'm really digging it a lot. And I really think the white on this is looking really good too. Very nice clean white paint for this logo right here. I like it, man. And looking at it a little bit more closely, I mean, you can see this is very clean. There was at one point I thought I had a little bit of scrapage, but nope, there's nothing. It's just some veins sculpted throughout on this guy. I mean, the muscle definition is very intense, very detailed. I'm liking it a lot, man. That looks really good. I mean, he even has all these little tendril thingies that are part of it, you know, just kind of coming up right over there. Some massive veins, huge muscles on this guy. Huge, man, I tell you. I mean, it should. It's Venom. Then he has this very tapered down waist right here, some nice abs and everything. And you could even see right here on the back, he does have a veiny butt. I thought that was kind of funny. You got a veiny Venom butt. And then looking at the thighs right there, that looks really good. Just superb sculpted work right here. You gotta love it. And on top of that, we get these beautiful Venom toes. Yeah, you gotta love those Venom tootsies right there. Not looking too bad, and they're kind of pointy too. So I'm very happy with that. Nice, beautiful, veiny toes. No peg holes at the bottom of the feet. Didn't expect that, but yeah, even the sculpting at the bottom of the feet is very realistic. One thing I want to point out is that sometimes the joints are exposed. I gotta say, the color choice for these joints actually blends in pretty well. I mean, it's not as metallic, of course, but you know, they don't really stick out that bad to me. Actually, you know, I think they did a pretty good job of choosing a color that blended in well with the rest of the figure. So I'm really liking it. Then here's looking at the back of it one more time. I mean, geez, I could look at this thing all day. I just love the details on it.
Mecha Break is now available with Google Play Games on PC. Become the ultimate mech pilot.
It's incredible. The articulation is really good. It does make vanilla posing a little bit awkward as usual with these Revoltech joints, but it really does challenge your posing skills, and I really like that about these figures. Anyway, looking at the head sculpt, or looking at this head joint right here, you can move the top part of his head up and down, so I think that is awesome. You can also turn it side to side right here. You can see the lower jaw is swiveling with it, but yeah, you can rotate just that part without popping this off right here. So that moves. Of course, the tongue hinges up and down, and you can rotate it and bend it whichever way you'd like. The jaw, of course, is on a joint where you can move it up and down right here. Well, if I take this out, you can move the jaw up and down, and then you can also swing the jaw side to side. That's really cool. You get a neck joint right here that allows rotation. This face, see, like I said earlier, this comes off just a little bit easier than I'd like it to. But you can rotate right over here. You can also rotate right here at the base of the neck, or the head reaching the neck anyway. So you get some nice good head rotation right there as well, and right there too, and it will move up that much and down that much. Getting it angled can be kind of tricky. I do feel like there's times where I want to turn the head this way, but it'll kind of spring back into place, and that frustrates me a little bit. So you kind of need to like get the plastic going against itself right there for it to stay in place. It's kind of tricky to do, but it can be done. He does have these joints right here. I don't know exactly what part of the, I don't know my anatomy well enough to really know exactly what muscle this is right here, but you can move that up and down like so. So that's very cool, and you can move it outward just a little bit. His shoulder joints can move up that much, and they can move down like that, and you can rotate forward, of course, and
here goes the same
back crunch just that much. So yeah,
as you can see, I looked at it before I bought it.
Link in the description
So
below.
clean,
as always, I love the packaging for these Revoltech Amazing Yamaguchi figures. This is really awesome that we have the cover of Amazing Spider-Man 362. I still have that comic. Very, very cool. And then we even have a little sneak peek at Venom right there. And then on the side, you can see we get some images of Carnage. It says, "This is the family feud you wanted, Daddy-O." And then, "But I'm nastier." And then, "Come on in, gang. Be it." I can't really read all that. And then on the back right here, we get a couple more speech bubbles. And then a ton of accessories right over there. Ooh. And then we get another image of Carnage right there on that side. And then we get that 362. Not much more at the bottom, so let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's Carnage out of the packaging. And this thing is quite spectacular. Amazing Yamaguchi, you slay me. I'm just a very, very pleased collector. This figure has pretty much everything I'd like in a Carnage figure. I'm very, very happy with this. I think I have every single port filled with an accessory right here. He has tons of ports on his body, and I think I have every single one filled in with a tendril, which looks really cool. And aside from all the tendrils, there's tons of other accessories as well. So let's get a closer look at those, and then we'll get a closer look at Carnage. Now, just really quick, wanted to throw it out there that we have more Legendary Collector t-shirts available, but in limited supply. If you want to collect with pride and support one of your favorite YouTubers, go ahead and check out the Legendary Collector t-shirt at shartimusprime.net. And this figure does come with a little instruction sheet right here, so I'm glad that we have that. That is cool. And then you can see that we get this stand that we've seen with all the other Amazing Yamaguchi pieces, so nothing really new over here. You can go ahead and port this on. You can tighten or loosen these joints. You get a hinge, swivel, hinge right here. We also get the clamp. So we get a ridiculous amount of accessories with this figure. However, we are missing one. There's one accessory that this figure needs, and it's these right here. I'm just gonna get this big gripe out of the way. Getting these pegs right here out of the wrist is very, very frustrating. I tried ripping them off with my teeth, didn't work out. You gotta go ahead and use these pliers right over here. And if you see that seam going across the peg, make sure you grab it horizontally, not vertically, or else you're going to rip off half of it instead of that whole thing. So that is frustrating. That's my biggest gripe. I wish they made that easier. You do get this little tool for popping off those pegs, but it doesn't really work on the wrists, but it does work on the rest of them. We get a couple of extra pegs right over here. We get this tool to remove the eyes. He does come with 2 other sets of eyes, so a total of 6 eyes. You can see that we get these spikes that have a little hinge at the bottom, or a little Revoltech joint at the bottom. Most of these accessories have Revoltech joints at the bottom, as well as these little extendo pieces right here, so you can go ahead and attach this. This is kind of like how I had it earlier, so that's pretty cool that you can do that. I love these spikes. I gotta get a close-up of the details on these because this just blows me away. It's exactly the kind of detail that I want to see in some Carnage effects parts. I just love this attention to detail with the sculpt. And these are sharp but not too sharp. The material is pliable enough to where I really don't feel like you could stab anybody with it successfully anyway. We also get 2 of these guys. I really like these spikes right here. And then you get a port right there where you could add another tendril if you'd like. And then we get these longer ones, which I really dig. And then you also get these attachment pieces that you can go ahead and add to the wrist. So after you get that peg out of there, you could port this in there, and then you could put 2 axe pieces on here. And by the way, you know, there's an axe piece. So I love doing that, you know, putting one on this side. You want to go right down here on this one, just to demonstrate really quick.
All the accessories that
and put this one right in here. And you can see how that looks, you know, just a quick demonstration. And you can add tendrils. We also get 4 of these guys right here, which is really cool. I like these. So we get a total of 4 of these. We also get 4 of these smaller ones right here, which is pretty sweet. And we also get 4 of these tinier ones. So yeah, that's awesome. We get all kinds of different little tendrils for Carnage. He does come with a pair of fisted hands, and he does have ports right there inside the fingers, which are cool. And then you also get these wide open hands. And these are actually kind of like the gesturing hands. You know, I really like these a lot. These are probably my favorite hands. And then these are actually the wide open hands, and they have a port right there in the center of the palm in case you wanted to add a tendril or some kind of effect to that. So yeah, amazing assortment of accessories. I'm just very, very pleased with this. So as you saw earlier, we get 3 pairs of eyes with this figure. This is the A pair. They're all labeled properly, which is great. And this is my favorite set of eyes. Then we also have the B pair of eyes. And then lastly, we have this C pair where the left eye is kind of squinted, looking all kind of weird, and that's my least favorite of the sets of eyes. Back to the A set right here, yeah, I just like this a whole lot more. And looking at the head sculpt, I dig this head sculpt. Now this Carnage isn't based off of any specific comic artist or any kind of specific storyline. It's kind of stylized to Amazing Yamaguchi's liking, as all the other Marvel figures that they've made, and I like that. I think that's pretty cool. We get this little extra kind of symbiote goop coming out the back of his head right here. I do like how
I don't know what the next action figure I should get is. Which one is this one? I'm trying to think which one this one is.
Are you pregnant?
I watched that movie last night.
You're gonna be the
tell you
best
that's
mom.
like a top 5,
in the
top
world.
3.
We're gonna be the best.
Marvel movie of all time. It is actually so good.
really crack this thing open. And here's Deadpool out of the packaging. Kind of inspired by the movie with this pose right over here. I really like this figure a lot. It is fun posing this thing around. That's one of my favorite things about collecting figures, is being able to pose them around. The figure does come with its own stand over here. I think that's great. Now, one thing that does stand out about it is that it is a Revoltech figure, and the Revoltech figures have these interesting joints, these unique joints, which are basically like Hot Toys pegs, but throughout the whole thing. So it takes a little bit of getting used to with that. If you're not familiar with Revoltech joints, be warned, there is a learning curve. If you're already familiar with them, then you know what you're getting, and you're going to have a great time posing this figure around. It comes with a lot of accessories, which just makes it very fun. The stand's very easy to use, which makes it a lot of fun as well. So when an import figure comes with a really cool stand, it makes me very happy, and I really like this stand a lot. You can tighten these joints right over here with a little screwdriver if you'd like. They come fairly stiff, not too stiff. Then you get this clamp right over here that has a couple of support pieces on the top and bottom, and you can remove this, and you can actually port this peg right into the back of the figure. So he does have a port right here on the back of his belt, which fits very nicely. I like using that one the most. And then he has 3 ports right over here. Now here's his sheaths for his katanas. Oh, he has no hand right now, but yeah, you can just port this right here into the back like so, and I think this looks really cool, by the way. But I'll get back to that in just a moment.
Yeah,
what I want to show is that if you move this off to the side, you can still port this into his back if you wanted to use that particular port, or if you wanted to shift this over all the way to the left, you do that and port this one onto the right. But to be honest with you, my favorite way of using this stand is just porting it into that one. Now these do not actually store any katanas at all. You have these fake placeholders right over here, and then it does come with separate retracted katanas, which look fantastic. I love the silver paint. There's a dot on one of my, there it is, there's that little dot. That bothers me a little bit. I tried taking that off with just my nail and it didn't come off right away, so Oh, there it goes. Shoot, see? Look what happens when you try a little harder, right? But yeah, nice looking sculpt right here, especially on the handles and everything. I think these look fantastic. He also comes with his pistols. I think these are Desert Eagles. I don't really know, but I really like this metallic black that they have. I think they look awesome. Really like them a lot. And then he comes with interchangeable hands as well. You get a pair of fisted hands right over here. And then we get a pair of these katana / pistol holding hands. And they're identical on the left and right side. Holding the katanas is fairly easy. You just put it right there and he holds that very well. Getting him to hold one of the guns though, it's a little trickier. You have to do some more finagling, but once you get that in there, get that right, come on man, yeah, there it goes, and that holds very well, so that's really cool. We also get these wide open hands right over here, which I like. Then lastly, he has 2 thumbs up hands, right on. I like how we have the seams sculpted right in there. That looks pretty cool. So yeah, I'm very happy with the interchangeable hands. And they do plug onto the figure really wrist pegs very easily, so you just get them on there. It's very simple to do, so I like that. And I forgot to mention, he has this little nifty stand right here. I like this. This is like this little dash effect kind of thing, which I think looks pretty awesome. I really like playing with this. I like this pearlescent white that we're getting right over here, and it kind of fades down, and you get that one peg sticking out. I just wish there's a little bit more space between the peg and this portion right over here. Like, as you can see, as I put this on here, you can see the heel of the foot, you know, kind of steps onto that, so you can only, you know, you really can only have them, you know, using it this way, or if you do it like that, you have to have the toes going upward. Yeah, just a little gripe. And the figure comes with 2 head sculpts and 5 pairs of interchangeable eyes, and I like these head sculpts. This one right here is the closed mouth one, and then the second head sculpt right here, you can see his mouth is open, but the shape of the head is pretty much the same. They both have the same seams coming across the top right there and everything, and they both have a little, you know, Deadpool drip sticking straight out. I guess this one looks a little bit pointier than this one right over here, but they are identical. It's just really the mouth section is what's different. Now, you can interchange these eyes. You can see that he has the angry eyes right there. Then these are his squinty eyes, and you get this little tool, so you can just poke this from the back right over there. Ooh, that's what she said. And then you can just poke that one right over there, and then you can see that you can swap them out with any of these other eyes, or the ones that came with the other head sculpt. You can do the same thing and pop these ones off as well. So you get these heart eyes, you get these wide open eyes, and then you get these little squinty eyes. Now these ones right here are the same. I got 2 left big eyes right there, so that's frustrating. So I can only use this one, you know, I don't need to use both, so it looks really weird when you put them both on there. Oop, there goes one of them. But just to demonstrate, I don't know, let's use the heart eyes. I think these are pretty neat. You can just pop these on, very easy to do. There goes the first one, and then here comes the second one. So yeah, I really like that they did this. I think this is pretty awesome. I actually had some fun playing with the taco that came with the Legends Deadpool and using these eyes right over here. And then to swap the heads out, all you got to do is just pop this off, and you can see that you get this little extra piece right over here, which is used for covering some of the joints and whatnot. And then we take this one that has the heart eyes and just port it right in there. And there that goes. And you can see how this little piece is needed so that it covers up that gap. And I think that works out pretty well. Now looking at the rest of this figure, I really like it. I love the sculpted details that we get. I love that you can see the suit stretching over part of the muscles and everything. We get some nice silver paint right over here. I do have some gripes. Now the shoulders isn't, you know, this is one thing where it's kind of like, well, this is why, you know, you have a Revoltech and you're going to run into this issue where you're going to find some gappage getting it into certain poses, you know. You get 2 of these ball joints right over here, so that could be a problem for some people, but you can remedy it by, you know, just making sure you catch it at the right angle and whatnot. So it could be a big bummer for some people, I guess, but, you know, for me, I feel like I've always been able to work with it and figure ways out to, you know, make it look the way I want it to. And then you get these pouches right over here that are sculpted on here, and you get this really cool bit with these articulated pouches, like they're all connected to this back piece right here, so you can move them up and down. I think that's really good. Now one thing I don't like is that these pouches right here are all upside down. They're not supposed to be upside down, are they? I mean, that doesn't make sense. You just flip this open and then whatever's in there is just going to fall straight out. Yeah, there should be facing upwards like that. And it's not like there's, you know, a spot for another peg or anything. It looks like it was just designed this way. So I think that was an error. Another thing I don't like is unfunctioning weapon storage. I hate that. I see it with Hasbro figures all the time, and I hate seeing guns right here that, you know, that you can't take out. It's not really the worst thing in the world because we already get these guns right here, but it would have been nice to be able to store these on the figure. I would have preferred that. Same thing with this one right over here. You know, you have the 2 holsters. It would have been nice to be able to actually put the guns in those holsters. So that bothers me, along with this knife right over here that doesn't come out.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
You know, I thought I could take that out, but nope, it's not going to work. It's just there for decoration, and it's bent a bit, so I don't know. Need a hairdryer or something to fix that. But looking right over here, I like how you can see the Deadpool logo, and I really like how the legs look. I really like this glossy paint, too. This glossy paint is really good. I think it's very durable. There's only a couple of parts on the figure where I have scuffs, and I haven't really gotten any crotch scuffing or anything like that around here, or on the upper thigh, so I'm very pleased with that. Looking right over here, you can see the big old Rebel.
I want to see how much a mannequin is, because I've been thinking about building a suit, a Spider-Man suit, for a while now. I don't know. We ran into a problem. I don't know how to spell mannequin. I got a better way of doing this. Mannequin. 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 I already know how to spell this. Fuck this. Oh my god, he's a genius, chat. We need a 5'10" mannequin to be exactly, so that way I can get my measurements on a mannequin. I don't know who sells a mannequin though, that's the problem. Okay, buddy, let's not look at all those. For sale. See, about this is what I need. eBay for $300 fucking dollars. Yikes. Yikes. Okay, buddy. Where to buy? No, like I need a store. Male mannequin. Please don't. How do? Is there a way to turn safe search on? See, like. Out of these, I think this one is the one that I need, really. I need a good, like, full body mannequin. Chat, if I see one dick, I'm clicking the fuck off. See, I need something like this. It's about how I'm built. If it's 5'9" or 5'10", it works completely. I just don't know where to buy one at all, so let's clear that off. Because I know what materials I want to make it out of. And I know... Okay, I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but... YouTube. I can look up videos on YouTube on how to do it. Yeah. I feel like I could be good at it. I feel like I could make a good one. I just need to find a good mannequin. But yeah. Look, it's our stream. But yeah.
Full tech joints right there. The shins look really cool. I love that we get these little kneecaps that move around. The boots look pretty awesome. Again, there's the bottom of the feet. We get those Hulk pegs right over there. And looking at the back, once again, we get the Deadpool butt, and then there's the...
Want to glow up? For your phone? With Verizon, everyone gets a free phone on any plan. And now,
This might be the first Yamaguchi.
I love posing this figure around. I've been having a great...
I think it is.
Awesome, a lot of accessories right over there. Now on the side you get Spidey wall crawling. Now on the top it says Spider-Man, and on the very bottom it says I'm Spider-Man. And then with great power comes great responsibility.
Hey, you guys got it all wrong. It's supposed to be with great power must also come great responsibility.
Nobody really cares. Let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's Spider-Man out of the packaging, and this figure is fun as hell, man. I love posing this figure around. I have been having a great time with it. Now, this figure is not for the inexperienced poser. I don't say that trying to be condescending in any kind of way. I'm just saying that if you don't really pose your action figures around a lot, which there's nothing wrong with that, you're gonna have a hard time with this. There's a learning curve here. As I've mentioned before with the Deadpool review, you just have to know how to work these Revoltech joints. So if you're unfamiliar with those, could be tricky. There are some parts of these joints that I don't like though. As much as I like posing this around, there's some things here and there that still bother me, and I'll touch on those a little bit more in detail later. But I gotta say, he does come with some great accessories, including the stand that he's on right over here. And he does come with a very cool backdrop on the inside of the packaging. Usually I'm not a huge fan of these, but I love these watercolors. I think it looks magnificent. But anyway, getting back to this guy, I want to talk about the accessories. So let's take a closer look at those, and then we'll take a closer look at Spidey. Now, I really like all the accessories that come with this figure a lot because they really focus on the fun factor with this figure. Of course, you get these instructions right here that show you how.
Am I streaming on Twitch? Hold up. Okay, buddy, we're not looking that up. Are we streaming on Twitch? I actually don't know. I don't know if we are or not. We are streaming on Twitch. I did not know that. Man, I wish I fucking seen this dude. Shit. I appreciate you. I don't know if you're still watching, but I appreciate you, man. I did not know I had somebody watching on Twitch. You know what? You know what? Can I not? Mod. Let's mod you, bro. Cause I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. I did not know that I was streaming on here. Look at that, like, I see me and I see me. Okay, we can clear that tab. Miss Toys hasn't uploaded on Twitter in so long, by the way. June 19th was the last they post. That's crazy. Let's see what Hypex has typed it. Chatted about. Fantastic Fours, nothing new. Nothing new. Nothing new, nothing new, nothing new. Wait, what is this? Oh, Bob Ross. Yeah, none of this is really new. Trying to think. See what has bro. See what they've been up to. No. Bro, what? I did not know they were coming out with Mephisto. That is so clean, dude. No. I did not know they. This was yesterday, bro. See what he's up to. Sissoko? That's old. Target. Marvel Legends. Dolls. Okay, buddy. Don't ever say dolls to me again. The Red Widow. It's actually such clean. It's actually so clean. What is wrong? I actually don't know who that is. Uncanny X-Men. Okay. Why is my shit so laggy? Where do I go to get this though? Cause it's so clean. Like, bro, I wanna know where to get this from. Bro, I'm about to crash out. I'm actually about to crash out. Bro, this is not what I looked up. Dementia? Don't wanna. That is not what I searched up. Mephisto. Where do I look at this at, bro? About to crash out. Where? Where do I like? I'm about to crash out. I'm about to crash out. Where do I pre-order it? What we're gonna have to do is bam, bam, so that way you guys can't watch me log in. I know none of you care about my damn AliExpress login, but just to be safe, I got to. Tights, thank you very much. Fist. I can't get this man anywhere, bro. I'm about to crash out. I can show you guys. No, I can't because it's got my address. I ain't trying to leak that. It's not. Ooh, this Ghost Rider. This Ghost Rider is actually pretty clean. It's only $42. This, as it says, it's this much. It's not. It's not. That motherfucker's like $90 goddamn dollars. Trust me. I really like this Iron Man too. So, what's it called? It's bootleg. That's why it only costs that much. But I like bootlegs. I really do. Other than these. Other than those. Bro, I don't know where to get these fucking. Ah! About to crash out. Images. Where do I get this? I'm about to crash out. Nobody has the right one, by the way. They're just not. I'm about to follow this dude. Keep me posted, man. It's crazy. That's also crazy. Okay. I seen that at GameStop, by the way. I seen that Dr. Doom at GameStop. It's pretty clean. Pretty clean. Bro, I miss my old action figures, bro. I wish I would have kept on to them. War Machine. I seen this, bro. I wanna fucking know what's going on with this. I actually wanna know, cause I seen that. Hold up. Bro, I seen this, and this shit looks so cool, bro. I actually wanna know what's going on with this. I want to know what's going on with this. This is going to be so sick. Because I'm pretty sure they're action figures coming. Maybe not. Maybe not. But I could have sworn that I seen...
Guys, it looks like we are getting Magic the
This
Gathering
right here.
X Spider-Man
This, I seen this.
action figures.
This is gonna
For
be
those
so
of you not
sick,
in the
bro.
know, Marvel and Hasbro have a licensing for action figures, right?
Shit is
And we
gonna
all
be
know
so
that
sick.
Hasbro has now the license for Magic the Gathering. So
I did
it's
not
like,
know
oh
that, though.
yeah, duh, we're gonna be getting some stuff for that. But when you think about it, though, that's a little crazy because Hasbro already makes Marvel Legends of Spider-Man and everything. So it's like, what could we possibly get from this? Well, it looks like it's going to be taking place in San Diego Comic-Con. We're going to be getting 2 different panels. So you're either going to see something at the Magic the Gathering Spider-Man panel, or there's going to be a Marvel Legends panel, and we're going to be seeing things there. Is anyone playing this Magic the Gathering Spider-Man? I looked up some of the art, and I mean, it's classic Spider-Man, so if we can get action figures of this, sign me up for it, guys. Hasbro just had their Marvel Legends panel over at San Diego Comic-Con, and we just got a ton of new Spider-Man and X-Men action figures. But in today's video, we're going to talk about this new Spider-Man X Magic the Gathering line, with a battle-damaged Spider-Man being the figure that I'm really excited about. Like, so far, this is the most excited for any Comic-Con any Comic-Con release yet. This is it, man. Look how cool this figure looks. Now, some people are calling that arm lazy. They basically did no paint. It's supposed to look like the arm is ripped out of the the outfit, but they just put like a clean arm in there. So it's a little lazy, and it's gonna be expensive. But I just think I've been waiting for a battle-damaged Spider-Man, and this is pretty good enough. Like I said, though, this is aiming to be $30+ for this toy line. It does look like we get 2 head sculpts, so that's good. And there's that Maximum Series shield. As you can see, not many accessories, but still excited. Hasbro just had their...
$30 is not bad, bro. Oh my god, I just brain farted.
I'm the only.
Okay, so here we are at the Magic the
We actually get to see him.
Gathering Spider-Man event with the newly revealed Agent Anti-Venom Magic the Gathering Spider-Man exclusive pack, which looks like comes with exclusive cards. So we have that here, and then here is a look at the actual card pack. So you got a welcome deck with Spider-Man 2099. You got Spider-Gwen and Miles Morales. There's also Venom there. And then here we have a look at the bundle pack, which has Spider-Man and Venom on it. And then here is another pack with Miles Morales. So that is the display here for the Spider-Man and Magic the Gathering collaboration.
I love those dear hearts and...
It's so clean.
So this is how you get these sold out Spider-Man collectibles early. So recently Magic...
I don't want the cards, buddy. I don't want them. I don't want them. Let's look at... Let's see. Do we want to look at some scary stuff? That's not like does look clean. Let's see what Hasbro's up to. See this right here. How do I pre-order? This is so clean, bro. Hasbro pull. Let's log on. What is this? Bro. Scroll. Really? That's all it was. We don't get to look at the actual shit though. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get it. Cause they're not giving me links or nothing. Better crash out. This cat don't stop scratching at my door. I swear. I'm gonna crash out. I'm already about to crash out, but I'm about to crash out some more. You know what? Let's look up some queso reacts. Let's look at some queso reacts.
Do you know Hobby Lobby has hundreds of incredible products on sale every single week? Just check out.
I ain't even like one to 10. How we doing, ladies and gentlemen? I'm back. Yo. What's good? What's good, Rob? What's good, Zach? What's good, chat? What's good, ladies and gentlemen? What's good, B? What's good, chat? Oh.
5 o'clock. Okay.
We back, baby. How we
How
doing?
long is this video?
Huh?
An hour. Yeah, we're not making it through an hour. How long have we been streaming for? We have been streaming for an hour and 3 minutes. I think we'll call it here. I think I'll stream before I go to work tomorrow, for sure. I don't know. I don't know what we'll stream. Probably stream a game. Probably stream some spooky shit. I don't know. I don't know. But this is all I'm gonna do for tonight, and I appreciate everybody coming out and seeing me, and appreciate y'all commenting, saying what's up at the very beginning. Thank you guys so much. It actually means a